Hi, I'm John at Black Arts, and I'm going to take you through our price list today. Firstly, the most important part are the circles and the lines. I get asked a million times how much a casting is going to be. If you print this off, put it on your table, if your piece minus the sprue fits in a given circle, that is its price. We don't count the sprues. The silver prices are listed and the gold casting fees are listed. Silver price is used for silver, brass and bronze. So there's a piece that fits in the 570 circle. We've got a 430 circle there, 715 circle. Next up is bangles. Bangles are 75mm and over, and the three boxes at the side are to check the widths. Different widths of bangles attract different prices as listed here. If you've got an article that has a long section on it, like this little guy, he doesn't fit in that circle, but he does fit in that circle, minus his sprue, so that's his price, 570 in silver. Twigs are measured on these linear gauges and the prices are up here. Maximum length somewhere between 210 and 230 millimeters. If you've got a very small set of studs, on application we can give you the stud price. It's not available to all models, but if you think you've got something that would apply, give us a shout. If you can fit two in the circle, we'll consider your model for the stud price discount. Post, we're charging post a little bit above what Royal Mail charges us plus that. Client metal casting fees. For a 3-inch can, you can get 3 models. It costs £45. We need the target weight, which is the weight of your articles, to be cast plus 40% as a sprue. We will analyse your metal, change the title up and down if needs be, call you up, give you any advice that you might need on the job. Don't send in melted scrap, send in live scrap. If there's any cadmium in there, we'll reject it because cadmium's highly toxic and we won't melt that in our facility. So send your live scrap in, we'll XRF it, prepare your casting, cast your 3 articles. If they need laser repairing, which is quite often, we'll do that for you. All the metal that you send in will go back. If there's any losses due to finishing, of course, they're not going to come back, but they're usually minor. And metal prices, silver is the sterling spot price plus £440 per kilo plus VAT. Argentium's currently 205 for 940 and 210 for 960. Our base metals, which is silicon bronze, tin bronze and brass, are 10 pence per gram. 9-carat prices remain unchanged. They take the Cookson's excluding VAT price, add on 150 for 9-carat or £4 for all other metals, and then put the VAT back on. We do limited 3D printing in resin. Give us a shout, we'll look at your model and tell you if it's suitable. If not, we'll find someone else for you to go to. If you're going to make more than 100 of a given piece, give us a shout because there's a 10% discount possibly available to you, but only for simple, easy to manufacture models. All molds are charged upon weight. When we make a mold, once we've completed it, we'll take the mold, we'll weigh the mold, and we charge the price. All jobs that are conducted from molds, whether it's a mold that you provided us or a mold that we've made for you, are guaranteed. We guarantee that that model can be readily finished by a person in the trade with basic tools. If you can't do that, feel free to send that model back to us. If we can't fix it, we'll recast that model for you. If you're sending in directs, bear in mind we don't have a mold and we can't offer any kind of guarantee. We do our utmost to ensure that your work, if it's been hand carved, is protected and secure in its casting profile. But that might mean that instead of operating on the cooler side of casting, which gives higher quality, we'll go a little bit hotter to ensure that we get fill and we don't lose your work. Stone in place, very important. Stone in place castings in whatever metal, they're always charged at the gold rate because they take us a lot more work to do than standard castings. And if you're doing stone in place, please, 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 underneath the stone, ensure that there's a hole that goes through to the back of the pendant or the ring, so that when we place the models in plaster, the stone is held top and bottom in the plaster, in the investment plaster. If it's only held on one side, the likelihood is the stone can get knocked off and be displaced during the casting. If you need advice on stone in place, give us a shout, we'll help you out. How to use the price list to calculate a price of your model. First off, you need to have a model made of something. In our case, we've got wax. So I can figure out my casting fee by placing that in a circle. That's where it fits. Next up, I'm going to get a weight. I've got two sets of scales here. One is more accurate than the other. So I'm going to use the accurate ones for the wax. So I have 1.12 grams of wax, and I want to multiply that by the specific gravity of whatever I want to cast it in. In this case, we're going to go for sterling silver, 10.5. So this is going to weigh 11.76 grams. Today's silver price is £1.89, including VAT. So that's £22.22 plus a £4.30 casting fee. That's how you calculate a price using this price list. Different size models, different size casting fees. Calculate appropriately, grab your weights. Now, if you want to cast an article in a different material and you'd like to figure out what that's going to cost, grab your weight, 1.91, and divide that by the specific gravity of the material that you have here. In our case, this is sterling silver, 10.5 grams. This brings it back to the common denominator of the weight or the density of wax. I can now multiply this forward by the specific gravity of whatever I want to cast it in. And I'm going to say 18 karat white, so we're going to go by 16.2. So this in sterling converted forward into 18 karat white would weigh 2.94 grams. I can multiply that by the price of my chosen material and I can put my casting fee on. Then I'll come to the total price of my article. That's how to use the price list. Very importantly though, we have a full online unit price and invoice price calculator that can consider up to and including the cost of postage based upon the weight of your articles and the value of your invoice. That's available at blackartscasting.co.uk/pricing calculator.